Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Vision Pill by developer Orange08. This is a very simple, pretty short I have to say also, like Metroidvania style platformer with a really wild visual aesthetic. And one that I have to warn you guys, of course, with a little bit of a seizure warning, or if you've ever had any history of epilepsy, you may not want to watch this one. As you can tell with the typography of what it says here on the screen, it's just no. It's all wiggly, so everything's going to be all wiggly, and it could get you kind of messed up in the head. So just keep that in mind. If you're all good, then we will go forward into the next screen. Alright, no, that pill. Oh, my eyes. Exactly, so here we go in Vision Pill. So it's a Metroidvania platformer in the same way that you might say Adventure on the Atari 2600 is a Metroidvania game, although obviously not really a platformer in any way, shape, or form. But we play as this swirling mass of blue blobs, which we walk around on this swirling mass of green blobs, and we want to avoid swirling masses of red blobs, and the background is made up of swirling masses of white blobs. So it's a pretty simple aesthetic. It's really just made up of like Dippin' Dots in a way, which is kind of cool, because I haven't really seen anything else ever done like this. You don't even feel particularly tied to this character in any way, shape, or form, but it works nonetheless. So there's really only one way for us to go, and that's to take this platform up, try to avoid that red fire zone, or whatever we're calling it, and we can just walk around a little bit and see what there is to see. The level design is super sparse. I mean, what's here in general, it's just really kind of abstract chunks of platforms in various positions. And what we see here is this yellow thing is actually a gated locked door. So if we press, or grab this key rather, you'll see the key now integrates into our character, and we can break open that door and get that little pink nugget, which will actually allow us to jump slightly higher. And I'm told there are actually 2 endings to this game, so I am definitely going to be curious to see what we can do about that. I did actually play through this game just as I was getting my sound check. I didn't realize it was quite as short as it is, and I ended up accidentally beating the game. So now we can actually jump that gap where we couldn't before. And I find this quite entertaining, actually. I have a feeling I know where to go to get to that other ending, and I'm going to try it, because I want to lengthen this as well. So we can proceed forward. We got another nugget, which is going to allow us to jump higher. And, uh-oh. Oh, I've fallen. I didn't actually mean to fall down there. I need, what? This game might also just end randomly, so if that's the case, I'll restart it. Antidote. Oh, we found another zone. Okay, I didn't see this the first time. So we're in some sort of ground world, and we've got a different swirling pattern. It's actually even harder to look at in a way. Although quite entertaining nonetheless. And I think one of my only complaints is that I wish this game was significantly longer, because I found this very, very entertaining. I really like these simple, abstract, exploration-style games, and especially when there's a really interesting graphical style. I mean, yeah, it might feel a little bit tasking, like pressure on your brain as you're playing this, but I don't mind it. So I don't know what that green thing does. It made me grow. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I guess that was the antidote, huh? Well, I don't know if it really cured me of anything other than made my head explode or something. It looked pretty violent. So I guess we want to not maybe get that ending again, if possible. Let's try it another time. You know, everything's so peaceful here, and then when we found Underground World, everything got really kind of tumultuous and upsetting. So we're going to try and not have that happen again, and maybe come up with a different path through things. I could easily see this being one of those types of games that you could play a bunch of times, and if the developer wanted to expand upon this, I would easily play this for a while. I would like to see different, you know, color schemes going on, different other, you know, ways to explore. I'd like to see other tools. I really like seeing how they're represented in that abstract nature. You know, that key was just sort of this weird chunk of floating particles until all of a sudden you realize you put the colors together and things all of a sudden they start to make sense. And it reminds me a little bit of Knit, or Knit, however we pronounce that. You know, and just the fact that there isn't really anything particularly confrontational going on, yet there is still some sort of a tying, I don't want to say narrative so much as just, you know, an impetus to explore. So I'm actually going to go back, now that I have the highest jump that I'm aware of anyway. I'm going to go back to the left and see if maybe we can do some exploration in places we've already been. Now what's going on over here? Can I jump up? Okay, that ends up putting me there. That's not going to help me in any way. So we'll go up and to the left, and I think we should be able to hopefully make it somewhere new anyway. Let's let this lift me up. Now, can I reach... Oh, I'm still too short to reach up there. I wanted to see if I could maybe get on top of those blocks and go even higher. Doesn't seem to be the case. And to the left, I think it was even higher yet. Oh, wait, maybe this one? No, still can't make it up that far either. So that means there's only one other place to go, and that place is, I guess, the other ending. Which I was hoping there'd be, like, a good ending and a bad ending, but I guess it's sort of like a bad ending and a worse ending, from what I could tell. Not that it makes me like the game any less, it's just, you know, I would have liked to see... Maybe that the ending followed suit with what seemed to be a pretty tranquil art style and presentation style. I really am enjoying the combination of this visual with this music. I think it's quite soothing. And, you know, if that went even further, I don't know where it would go exactly, but it could be kind of cool. Not much hope. Alright, so now we're in swirly, fast-paced running land, and I can loop through from one side to the other. Maybe I want to avoid this stuff for as long as I can. Regardless, this is going to put us on a path to the end of the video, because once this takes over the whole screen, I don't think there's much else I can really do about it. Well... So I made it pretty much through the whole thing, but it didn't really stop the game from finishing me off there. So there's not a whole lot else, I guess, to see or do with Vision Pill, but still, props to the developer. Crazy cool art style. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely play more. It doesn't take much sometimes to get me really into a concept, and especially when it's like a very simple, rudimentary, you know, Metroidvania style thing, that definitely hooks me fast. And then when you've got the art style working in your favor as well, even better. I shouldn't be too you know, harsh to criticize the game, considering this was also made for a game jam, so I'm not sure exactly which game jam, and I'm not sure how long or what the constraints were, but still, I'm aware that most of the time that's how those tend to go, and there usually are plenty of constraints. So yeah, cool concept, enjoyed it, would play more. Hopefully I will check out more from this developer if I can find their stuff, and see what else there is to see, because I would be curious to see other stuff in a similar approach if possible. So I'm already going to beat the game again. It's like a minute long, but that's alright. I hope you enjoyed staring at these swirling peas as much as I did, and we will wrap things up then. So that is another episode of Indie Impressions Down. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on games of this style. What do you think about the art style of this? Hopefully it didn't bother you too much, considering it can be a little tough to look at. But yeah, I'd love to hear what your opinions are in general. Leave any support you'd like. Of course, support in the form of likes or comments are always welcome. Oh, there's nothing else to explore down here, right? No, okay, this is all too high for me to jump to anyway. So yeah, let me know what you think. Check out my other stuff. I've got all my social media links, and there will be a download link for this game if you want to try it out yourself. It is totally free. And then you can check out indie-impressions.com for more. I've got over 500 other videos in the series, all of which are categorized and tagged for your perusal over at the site. So if you just want to look at the surreal games, the platformers, the free games, whatever you want, Steam games, they're all categorized for you. And I've also got my other social media information, like my Twitter, my Facebook, my Twitch page, so feel free to look around. There's plenty more to check out. I also do Let's Plays and stuff on the YouTube channel, and then of course I'm streaming all the time too, so... see what you can find. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, be sure to come back again tomorrow, because I do a new one every single day, right around the same time, usually around 3 p.m. or so Eastern. But I will see you back then, and thank you for being here, and have a lovely night. Talk to you later.